Thank you.
Any questions? Riders ready? Timers ready on the whistle.
Let's fucking get it.
All right, category 5. For ferocious category 5. And underway, you are ready.
Man, forgot to shift. Forgot to shift your poor knees. Hey guys, welcome to the second installment of Will and Ben Go Crit Racing. My name is Ben. I'm the guy whose camera you're watching, and
I'm Will. I'm the rider up front a little bit. I'll point myself out later, but yeah, barely made it to the start line on time.
yeah, that redefines cutting it close.
Yeah, like literally 5 seconds to spare for Ben. I kind of had to hold up the race just a little bit, but we made it and got to start from last and make our way up.
Yeah, so you're just going to see us filter through the pack in the first couple of laps. Man, I felt so much more comfortable this time around. How did you feel?
Yeah, I mean, well, if it wasn't for us pushing up against the clock, barely even making it to the start line, we probably would have been more relaxed. But I mean, I think our heart rates were both pumping up before that even started.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to know it by looking at the metrics. I could tell that I was breathing pretty hard, but other than what my heart was doing, I felt pretty comfy here starting out.
But yeah, I mean, we're out there. I definitely felt more confident today, even though it's only our second race. But you know, we're just happy to be here with everything that happened.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It was just a privilege to be out here and to be able to race. We were up fixing inner tubes up until the point that we pulled into the parking lot.
Yeah. That was thankfully Ben and my dad fixed it. Could not patch this flat, and it just kept like getting more problems.
It just kept getting flats. It was the unfixable inner tube.
Yeah, but I mean, before we knew what we were racing, one lap done, and felt like it was pretty easy to move our way up here.
Yeah. Just
kind of chilling, and it's already pretty strung out, but
the dog disagrees with you.
Yeah, our Doberman's going off, but flat tire for that guy right there, which is unfortunate.
That's a tough start.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, I think they give you neutral laps, so those guys might not have been out of the race, but definitely not the best way to start one.
Yeah, and that's me, the rider, right in front, so Ben and I are still kind of together, probably about halfway up the field at this point. And water bottle goes flying to the left.
Water bottle. Murphy's Law in full effect.
Yeah. Surprisingly, this was a very clean race.
Yeah, no crashes, right?
Only some sketchy moments. Some guys were fishtailing out of corners, but everybody held on, it looks like, so
yeah,
that's a rarity.
the track on this one, it seems like it's larger, but I mean, they're all business parks, so I'd imagine that they're essentially the same. This is, I guess, technically a 6-corner crit.
Well, a good outside corner there, taking a whole bunch of places.
I'm changing my strategy. I'm working to the outside. In the last video, Will made a move, just holding speed on the outside, and he gained 10 places, and I figured I'd try that for myself.
A little swervy, but yeah, you're just passing people. We just got bunched up on the inside and pretty much at the front of the pack in there.
The thing is, it looks like I'm taking on a lot of wind, but I was actually protected from the wind. It was moving right to left through that corner, so, man, not too much effort to get past and up.
But, yeah, here you are. Some riders are off the front already.
Yeah, early attacks, which should probably bring us into strategy. So, Will, what was your strategy for today?
Yeah, I was just going to be lazy and try to conserve as much energy and sit in. But Ben had a different plan.
Yeah, this is going to be our last race together for a little bit. So my thought was to use this to experiment, and I was super confident coming in. I was thinking, you know what? I've got an evil genius plan. I'm going to work my way up to the front. I'm going to wait for this breakaway to get brought back. And I'm going to
counterattack, essentially.
Counterattack, yeah. That's right, yeah. So here we go, engaging warp speed.
Yeah. It's kind of speeding up as they bridge up to these two riders.
Yeah. There's a guy behind saying to work together and whatnot, but no one here's on my team. I'm just going to conserve energy, get myself ready to stab these guys in the back the first chance I get. Where were you at this point, Will?
Oh yeah, I'm just back in the peloton, probably mid-pack, just kind of chilling, and I don't know, I think we both kind of felt tired, but I think you had a little bit more energy than I did.
Yeah, we weren't feeling 100% coming up to this race, but a lot of that probably has more to do with 100-degree heat than anything else. Yeah.
But this is the front of the pack, I believe, front of the race, right here.
Front of the peloton, at least. We still got some guys to bring back. There's a bit of a gap, and you know, I'm of two minds about this. If I looked at it as a threat, I would have taken a turn on the front, but the way that I'm thinking about this is it's so early, it's going to get brought back, and I'm going to save as much energy as I can.
Are you sure there's riders out there? I think this is the front of the race, actually, because there's an attack that's about to happen right now.
I think there's a bit of a bridge here. We've already gotten a little bit of separation from the peloton themselves. How was the pace for you today?
I thought it was pretty manageable. I mean, especially you could tuck in and get a pretty good draft in the peloton, I felt like. So, and the inside lines were open, so I felt like it was pretty easy to just kind of maintain speed through the corners. But
I'm just looking at the speeds right now, and this is before we reach breakaway. So we're with the peloton. We are at the head of them, and
yeah, there wasn't any people off the top. This is the main attack.
Yeah, you're right.
That started first, and I've already reached actually the front of the peloton there. I'm on the right, take the inside line, and Ben's kind of gearing up, kind of plotting for something, I think. So
yeah. So you see these guys break away. I'm remembering now. And
I don't go up there, but I kind of like, you know what? I'm at the front. I don't want to be at the front. I don't want to do any of this bridging stuff. So I fall back, and this guy is super strong rider on the neon bike.
Yeah. So the highlighter yellow bike. This guy's name's Julian. Really cool guy. Super strong. We started talking on Strava, and I was wondering, why is this guy like a superhuman on the bike, as you'll see later in the video.
Yeah.
And he's a climber. Climbs a lot. Climbing works, well. Yeah. Climbing works.
Endurance. Yeah, this guy is just really strong, though. But this attack already looks like it's kind of failed. There's still just a guy out there, and Ben decides to go here and kind of bridge up people, which I guess that was an okay move for what you were doing. I mean, you're getting tired here. But was there people behind you at this point, though, or were you just going by yourself?
I think I've just looked back. I see separation, so I'm going to commit to bringing these guys back and then launching my counter. But, you know, I was a much bigger fan of this move as I was doing it. Looking back on it now in this video, this is a pretty hard effort just to bridge.
I mean, I feel like the peloton eventually may have brought these guys back, but who knows? I
mean, they would have, and as you'll see, that's what's going to happen, but not before I catch them first.
Yeah.
And there were some high winds over here. I'm pushing pretty hard. This was a hard effort to come up. That is a very slow cadence. That guy's legs must be hurting. Let's talk about cornering. How confident do you feel cornering now in your second race?
Yeah, I felt pretty confident. I mean, I was calling out inside lines more on this race, but it just seemed like they were a lot more available, and it was easier to get in position today than last week.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it was a smaller field by a couple 20 riders, but
yeah, just a field of about 40, right? 40
Yeah.
in low change. Yeah. But the thing that kind of characterizes this whole track is that you're dealing with sweepers for the most part. So you can pedal through everything. It's not going to be a big deal.
I felt like every corner you could pedal through.
Oh, yeah,
Right. There was no reason to coast. But yeah, you're pretty much not for sure if that guy on the right.
He's lapped.
He's lapped. I don't know. But anyway, so these two main guys up here pretty much have bridged up to them at this point.
Yeah, these guys are doing what Will and I were talking about earlier in the weekend, which is running a little team of two and breaking away from the pack and switching off. The issue here is that they are done, it looks like. Yeah. I don't know if they aren't working together or if they're just tired. He's moving up. It's just the pace is a little slow.
I'll help you, bro.
So you're hoping to work with these people and make something happen, I guess.
I was, but then I just realized the pace, and now I'm thinking, do I work with these guys?
Pick it up.
Or do I attack them?
I got you. They coming?
Yes, you
Sorry,
you decided to send
testosterone is running. Yeah. And if you were thinking that was not a team move, that was not a pull through, you're exactly right. I saw these guys and I'm just like, I'm just gonna drop them too. I don't even think
was that guy on his own breakaway too? I forgot about him. I don't know.
He's either on his own breakaway or he's lapped as well. But regardless, he was moving backwards. So here I go.
On your own breakaway. I think the speed's a little off, a little behind here, but
yeah, I'm having some syncing issues. Sorry about that. But I'm not going to say that the speed is that much higher.
Yeah, but you're at the front. This is you're at the very front of the race, trying to do your own thing, and I guess you were getting some separation though.
Yeah. The peloton stayed about a corner away, and they were far enough away to where I thought this was feasible. But we're only about halfway through the race. Got about 15 minutes to go, and I think I came into this overly confident, and yeah, I've got a limit.
Yeah, I mean you're pushing. You're a pretty hard effort here. So.
Now at the exact same time, what are you doing, Will?
I may have been helping with the bridge effort a little bit, but the dude, what was his name, Julian, on the neon bike, he was killing it. He was really doing the whole pulling up the peloton to catch up to Ben. And I think I threw in like one tiny pull, and I couldn't even hang after that. I got dropped back into the peloton.
Yeah. So while this is happening, our friend on the highlighter bike is pulling the peloton back towards me. This guy was my best friend and my worst enemy in this race. He's just so strong.
Yeah.
That I guess he alone bridged.
Yeah, he literally probably could have just bridged by himself.
Wow.
But
impressive.
I mean, that was a full lap in the lead, right?
Yeah.
By yourself. That was a full lap and a half almost.
Now, if this seems like this is going on for a while, it was. Yeah. And it was so much slower from my perspective, too. So we're moving through. And, man, I've got limits. And I think I'm finding them.
Yeah, I don't know if the heart rate is accurate here, but I'm sure you were.
Pretty accurate.
You think so? I was thinking maybe even higher. But.
No, I max out at like 182, and I can only do that for half a second.
And Peloton's caught up. Yep.
Not the whole Peloton at this point. I'm looking back, and I just see our buddy Julian, who's going to come into frame in a moment, and then this guy on the white Specialized, and I was kind of relieved. It's like, I can get my breath back, and maybe we can maintain separation.
Yeah, like the breakaway is over at this point. It's time to conserve energy, because we still have the rest of the race to go.
Yeah, at least my solo effort is. The peloton is still separated, though, just to be clear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
there's Julian. He's going to come up and take a big pull.
As he did most of the race.
Yeah. So, you know what? Let me talk about strategy for a little bit. I got too excited. I saw those guys going off the top, and I almost felt like it was just pure pressure watching them. I was like, oh, they're doing this right now? I'll do this right now. In the future, in a breakaway attempt, I think feasibly I'd have to try and make it work in the last 5 to 10 minutes of the race. This was too early, and now I'm cooked. But there is a positive of doing a breakaway too early. What were we talking about with that when it comes to recovery?
Yeah, I mean, you have time. It's not like you can still recover and fall back into the peloton, I suppose, and still set yourself up for the end of the race, which you pretty much did.
But that's also kind of a mistake too, right? Because like from the beginning, before even doing this, I wasn't completely committed to making it work. You know, I have a plan B, which is to fall back in to the peloton and then fight it out in a sprint, worst case. And I mean, here we are. I'm probably going to end up there.
Looks like you take a pull here too again.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to contribute. We're still far enough away from the peloton. There's 3 guys, and I'm just thinking, ugh, it's possible. That was a bad.
Dude, that pull hole. I hate those potholes.
Horrible pothole. Yeah. I thought we were gonna see a puncture there, but lucky for us, nothing. Guy has more energy than I do. Yeah. So anyway, we're over here. We're still trying to make this work. But I'm having thoughts of, okay, what am I going to do if this doesn't work?
Looks like you still wanted it, though.
He wanted it, and I wanted to egg him on for a couple of reasons. One, if we can get going fast enough, maybe this can still work, but the chances of it are lower. But also, you know, if he's hyped, I'll be hyped too, and maybe he can take a good pull.
Yeah, you're like, I'm dead.
I'm so dumb. I'm tired. I'll go and take a pull. Yeah, I'm still trying to work this out. I don't want to just catch a free ride because I still see this working. Maybe, but as you can see by the speeds, you know, this isn't exactly gonna happen. We got another guy abridged. He didn't seem interested in taking any pulls, though.
Which was smart, looking back on it.
Yeah, at this point, the peloton's just so close that you can turn yourself into a martyr really easily. Really easily. But we still had a bit of a chance, and that kind of bothered me for a little bit that he wouldn't pull at all. But we all got to run our own race. Now, at this point, I've looked back and I'm realizing why he's not pulling. The peloton is almost on us, and this isn't working. So, would you let this guy ahead of us know that the peloton's right behind us, or would you let him continue to pull?
I don't know, man. I think he just wanted to pull the whole race, so I'm like, I ain't going to tell somebody how to race. I mean, we have no teammates, so I really...
Yeah, everyone's doing their own thing.
I guess you and I are kind of brothers, so...
I think you just noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're like, I don't think it's going to work.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Now, we're heading up to the last lap. Oh. we got 1 to go. And things are going to get dicey. Where are you, Will?
Yeah, so Ben was confused on how many laps were left. But I was able to kind of get a better idea. I don't know, they didn't really. I didn't feel like they displayed it as well as the previous week, but I knew that we were like going from 4 to 3 to 2, and so I'm moving my way up just through the peloton, trying to make my way as far forward. And I'm honestly, I think at this point I'm like a wheel or two behind Ben, and yeah, like
you're a wheel or two behind me. And how much energy did you spend up to this
like
point?
probably like honestly probably like 70% of what Ben did. Maybe even less. I don't know. But yeah, so I mean.
So I tell Julia to just step off, and there are a couple of reasons for this. Like one, this guy is like, I don't know how he's still riding at that pace.
Yeah.
and I was thinking if he just goes back, maybe we can let like this new player, the guy in the blue jersey on the Specialized, go up and take some wind. I haven't seen him up to this point. He's probably fresher, and I would much rather tire him out at this point.
Yeah, I don't think this is last lap. I think this is 2 to go.
Are you sure about that? So.
Maybe. I don't know, because I think this is 2 to go. This is 2 to go. But I am right there in the shadow that pulled up right there.
Yeah, you're right.
So
we're going into the last lap now.
Yeah, so I made my way up to the front.
I got confused on laps again.
Yeah, it was confusing. So I guess I'm sitting third or fourth wheel right now.
Yeah. And you just heard Julian behind us. He wants to go and make another breakaway attempt. But what the hell is up with this guy?
But yeah,
he goes.
This is definitely last lap, and he wants to take the front. ATT your way to victory. So.
If anyone could do it, this guy could.
He still had energy to keep to up the pace up on the last lap.
Wow.
So
yeah. I know he had some buddies in this race. I don't know if he's stringing out the peloton to maybe try and lead out a friend. But yeah, I don't know what his strategy is. If he ends up watching this video, maybe he can comment. But
the pace was definitely got faster on the last lap.
Yeah, and I feel bad about this, but I wasn't going to take a pole because I'm just thinking I'm just going to save myself for the sprint. Blue Jersey Specialized is coming up again.
We're getting bunched up. We're going hard here.
I made a horrible mistake going on the outside of Julian. I should have cut into the inside, even if I had to eat wind.
But yeah, my wheel's popping up to the right here, so I'm side by side with Ben, entering second to last corner here.
Yeah,
I felt like I thought that was a good corner. Like it got tight, but I took the inside line, and yeah, this is it. We're in the top 5, 1 corner to go. But people attack hard here.
I lost some wheels. I lost a lot of pace. I should have covered the right.
Yeah, last corner. This was sketch. This was the sketchiest corner for me, for sure.
No momentum, but we're gonna push up.
But yeah, we kind of field sprint type of thing, and good sprint by Ben. Held his position, and that was it.
Moved up a couple. Yeah, good race for us, huh? That's what happened to our guy on the left. No Cat 5 salutes for the line.
So that ended up being 8th for Ben, 12th for me.
Good times.
Yeah, pretty happy.
Good times.
So
we made it through life.
Felt like we could have won it. But there's always next time.
Crits are really weird because a lot of people have the fitness to win, to take it down to the line. And it's just the decisions you make through the race. And in this case, I think Will made all the right decisions, and I did not.
Well, it was an experiment today, I guess. I still didn't have enough fitness to really. You have to be so assertive at the end, and I think I was like letting the race dictate what to do instead of on that last corner. You just have to do your own sprint and take the front.
I'd say on the last lap itself, you have to be ruthless with where your positioning is, and I put so much emphasis on the mid-race and trying to win it with a few laps to go that by the time the last lap went around, I just wasn't where I needed to be mentally. Yeah,
I mean, it was just like, it seemed like the people who entering the last corner, the race was kind of decided based on your position entering the last corner, kind of.
Yeah.
So, and we got swarmed because we weren't assertive enough. So
Yeah.
lesson learned.
Yeah. Next time, blocking space. Well, anyway, see you in the next installment. Peace.
Yeah.